Welcome to day 30, GetDownAndDoIt.com. 100 push-ups a day, 5 days a week. So today's a big milestone. I just finished day 30. Two things. Number one, day 30 times 100, that's 3,000 push-ups. So we crossed the 3,000 barrier. I'm very happy about that. Number two, big surprise to me. I wasn't planning on this, but it only took me 2 sets to do it. I did 65 and actually I did more than 35 on the second set. I wanted to see how far I could get. And I think I crapped out around number 40, in the low 40s, like 40, 41. So I actually did more than 100 push-ups today. So that's pretty neat. 65, 35, not bad. I'll have to try that again tomorrow, see if I can keep that up through the whole week. It'd be great to have actual progress. So let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. What are we, 6 weeks into this now? I don't know, something like that. So 6 weeks and finally made some progress. That's interesting. Partly, I don't know if it had anything to do with it. I don't think it did, but my daughter, I blame her, has absconded with one of my 5-pound weightlifting balls. And so I wasn't able to do my 5-pound ball juggling in between the first and the second. Well, actually, I just tossed 2 balls up in the air, just like up and down, up and down. But I can't juggle because you need 3 balls at least under my definition, to be considered juggling. And I don't know where that third one is. So anyway, pretty cool. So today's Monday, day 30. Tomorrow's day 31. Tomorrow's Tuesday. We're already into August. Tomorrow's my dog's 2nd birthday. So her name is Julia. We call her the Juge. And the Juge is turning 2 tomorrow, so that's pretty exciting. I really should start jogging again because Juji really loves to run. And I haven't been jogging a lot lately, but she loves it, so sooner or later I'll start. I keep putting it off. I keep saying, well, once we're settled, then I'll do that. But she really does like it, and she's a good dog. She's come a long way in those 2 years, so very happy about that. So far, everything's lining up. It's a good week. Forgot what else I was going to say tonight. Somehow something reminded me earlier. I was thinking about progress, and I'm very happy to make this unexpected progress tonight of moving to 2 sets. And by the way, I saw another, I'll get off on another tangent here. I saw on another website, there's a site called 100 Push-Ups, I think, or maybe just 100 Push-Ups. I just happened across it tonight, and I thought, God, somebody else is doing the exact same thing I am. Actually, it was a little bit different. It was a site about a program to get people up to the point where they can do 100 in a row. So in a way, it is kind of the same thing. This one isn't just as specific as that. This one is just do 100 push-ups a day, 5 days a week. That's the only point of this entire website, of this entire video series. But that site is specifically designed to get you to the point where you can do 100. So I guess we're both actually doing the same thing. Mine is just keep doing them forever because I just think it's worthwhile doing. Because it gets you oriented and it gets you in the mindset where you're going to do, and in the practice of doing other physical exercise, which branches itself out. I mean, on that pyramid of self-actualization, you start with your body and I guess you start with your environment. Hell, I haven't studied this since college, but I know your body and your environment are at the bottom, and you got to build on top of those things. I think you have to be safe first. Maybe your environment, but then you have to be in good physical shape in order to be in better mental shape, and it all kind of, it's all important. It's the whole quan, to use a term from Jerry Maguire. The thing I was going to bring up that I had thought of when I was thinking about the notion of making progress in terms of a physical fitness program was I remember being in grade school, and I grew up around a lot of farmers. I mean, we didn't live on a farm or anything, but we were off in the country and there were farmers around. They had an FFA chapter in my high school, which is Future Farmers of America. So we were rural enough to have that. And somebody said one time, they said they had this plan and they were going to, I guess when their cow had a calf, they thought, well, what if I pick up the calf and I walk around the barn and then put it back down inside the barn? And, if I do that every day, then, I think this kid thought that he would be able to stay used to that weight. Like, he knew he could pick up a calf and carry it around the barn and then put it down. But he also knew that he couldn't do that to an actual cow, because cow weighs thousands of pounds or something. But I guess he had it in his head that if he picked up the calf every day of its life and walked around the barn and put it down, that he would be able to get used to it to the point where he would actually be able to carry the weight of an entire cow all the way around the barn. I think there's probably some flaw in that logic somewhere. I don't know what it is. Maybe the cow gains too much weight, or perhaps maybe there's some point where the cow, or the circumference of the cow exceeds that which a teenager can get his arms around. I really don't know where it is, but I know there's a few logical flaws in that argument. But it is interesting. It is interesting because if you would think if you add just a little bit to what you're doing, if you start with 1 push-up one day, and then you go to 2, and then to 3, and then to 4, or especially if you spend a week doing that, I wonder how far you could go. Is there a practical limit to how many push-ups you can do? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I guess doing push-ups and carrying a cow around an entire barn are 2 different things, aren't they? But I may have mentioned this before, but I remember reading in a book by Dr. Gabriel Cousins that I think he's 65 years old, and he says he can do 600 plus push-ups. So he also exists on roughly the same kind of diet that I do. So it's nice to see those kind of inspirational examples out there. Anyway, I'm not going to go on too much longer. It's Monday. I'm happy about everything. The dog's up there barking. I have to go get her. And we'll see y'all Tuesday. So this is Jim from GetDownAndDoIt.com, challenging you to do your 100 push-ups a day, 5 days a week. That's all. Only 5 days a week. You get your weekends off. So do that. See how it goes for you.